Hey, how's it going, guys? So I'm just gonna do a quick video going through my monsters and their runes. So I have 56 hours at the moment. A few people have been asking about this, and Gato Seko, I don't know if I said that. You asked me this a month ago, and I said I was gonna do it, and I totally forgot. So sorry about that. Anyway, let's get straight into it. I'm gonna go over from left to right, so water to fire to wind, etc. So Konomiya, let's start with Konomiya. At the moment, these are sets. Oops, there you go. Sets. Violent, broken, speed, HP, HP. At the moment, I don't use it too much. I use it in Guild Wars every now and then. Sometimes, like against a team with only 5 DPS, I might go like a triple water team with without Konomiya. Other than that, though, I don't use her anymore. I used to use her a lot in raids. She was great in raids. I had her a lot faster as well in raids. She was my raid team for like a long time, for a few months before I pulled my Annabelle, that is. Then I changed Annabelle out, changed her out for Annabelle, that is. But yeah, at the moment she's just chilling, not really using her, kind of holding on to some runes. I gimped her a little bit, made her a bit slower, weaker, gave her rune to other monsters. Sigmarus, sets and runes are vampire. These are just really leftover runes. I don't know what to do with my Sigmarus anymore. I mean, if I can get good violent runes for her, I would put her on violent again and put her in dragons. But at the moment, I'm not really having use for her. I'm just having fun with her every now and then. Just give her these runes because I don't have anyone else that needs them. But yeah, if I do get better violent runes and I can spare them for her, then I would give them to her. And probably try again in my dragon team or something. But at the moment, just holding on to runes. Okay, Orion. I only made him recently, like a month or a bit ago. So he's not the best of well runes. I didn't really prioritize him too much. These are sets. But I think at the moment he's good enough for my Guild's defense. Oh yeah, he's on my Guild's defense. I use him in offense sometimes. Really rarely. More of a for fun thing where I can speed things up. I know a lot of people use him a lot. Just for me, I don't feel like I have a team that really relies on him too much. Also because he doesn't have his third skill max yet. These are all devil mons, by the way. Look at this. So at the moment I don't use him too much. When I do use him, it's really fun. But just violent, speed, HP, Woo runes of course for defense. Oh wait, defense. Just because it's the only Woo runes I have with a lot of speed and a 6 slot. Defense is okay. I don't mind it too much. Julie, she was my wombo team for a long time for arena. The only way I would do arena back then was because of her. If I couldn't speed clear, I wouldn't do arena. I'm falling back into the lazy habit again. I'm just going to show you. Like this week, I've only used 30 wings. Even though I do have a speed clear team now, I'm just that lazy with arena. So Julie, she used to be a bit stronger, more crit rate, a bit more crit damage. I gave some of her runes to Lucian, so at the moment she just fatal attack, crit damage, attack. She's speed tuned with my Purian, so my team used to be Vanessa, Purian, Galleon, Julie. So that's why I have a bit more speed here. She does around 6 to 7k, sometimes 8k on a really low defense monster. Got her third skill max, not max, but the damages. I don't really need the cooldown, but yeah. I used her against Veramos, Bella, Verd, Guild Wars defenses, just using Galleon, Purian in her. Other than that, I don't use her too much anymore, but she still is pretty fun. Tranja. My most prized Nat 5, you could say. I had him the earliest, well, him and Vanessa was kind of useless for me early game, so he was my favorite Nat 5. Well, I didn't like him at the start, to be honest, but he is my favorite now. So stats, 85% crit rate. I use him as a bruiser, not really support. If support, I should get more speed, but I don't really want to give up these runes at the moment, because they're pretty decent runes. Violent Revenge, HP, and HP. Yeah, use him in Guild Wars a lot, Devil Balachandra, use him to hug DPSs, in the beginning when I didn't have Violent runes, I had him on Despair. I used him in 2A normal for a while, and he was pretty fun on Despair as well. A lot of stuns, especially with his first skill, more increased stun. But yeah, okay, my Theomars, so these are stats. They look quite, I have to admit, they look pretty decent, right? But they're not on, he's not on Violent, he's on Revenge Will Runes, which is good enough for me. I gave his Will Runes to my Camilla when I put my Camilla, and I have him on this mainly for, because these are really good runes. Look at them. I just wanted to make use of them, and because I wanted to see how it would work. Double Revenge on defense, and the Will Runes mainly for fighting Sierra comes on Guild's defense. Because with Will Runes, I just sank the first turn, and then I only need one turn to pop the Sierra if I get a lucky defense break, that is. With no defense break, it's sometimes iffy. You get tanker Sierra now and then, but usually I'm able to one-shot Sierras. Other than that though, Guild's defense and some Guild's offense, I don't use them too much anymore. If I can give him better Violent runes, I probably would use it a lot more often. If like these stats were on Violent, then yes, I would use them for sure. A lot more, that is. Rigel, the Water Lich. I really liked him. He's my main DPS for raids. He's max rune and everything because of the HOH desire stats. He's on Violent Broken, attack, crit damage, attack, necro, and raids mainly. His second skill on raids, because it's only, it hits full round target, but there's only one target in raids here. He does around 40k ish damage, 35-40k damage with attack buff and defense break. First skill speed slow, second skill defense break, and he can't be stunned, so I really like him for raids. I prefer him over Hua, mainly because Hua gets stunned too much for me. That's how I feel like, but Hua does have a really well runed Hua, has potential to do more damage than him, but I feel like he's a bit more stable sometimes, so that's why I like him more. And yeah, Necro, although my Necro team is a little weird because he's really well runed and the rest aren't, so sometimes when he gets taken and he Violent procs, he can kind of wipe out my other monsters. But yeah, I really like him for raids. That's him. Stella, also mainly for raids. I don't use her anywhere else, although I've seen people use her in Necro and Dragons, but I don't really feel like I have a team for her in that regard. So her stats: Violent Broken, speed, crit damage, and HP. So I'm using her mainly for the branding effect in raids. She does pretty good damage also herself. I think her first skill is like 5k, 7k with attack buff defense break. Second skill is a bit more like 12 to 15k, and third skill, if all hits land. Oh, by the way, with this, I think I only hit 5 times, so I do around 20k damage on her third skill there. But yeah, raids and raids, just raids. Water Harvest. Okay, I'm using him. So these are sets. He's runed. He's double will runes and shield runes. I used him with my Katarina comp, Jemaya Water Harvest Katarina. I use him sometimes against Orions because he has the will runes and the shield runes, and I like him on double will runes mainly because the teams that I use with Katarina I usually against like Windmarket King or Ritesh or stuff like that, so they'll be targeting him, and I want him done double will runes just so he can survive 2 turns to get the third skill up again on Katarina for Katarina to finish them off. Because he still can't be death broken, and if they don't Violent proc too much, he will survive. Galleon. Stats. I'm using my one more team for Arena and Guild Worlds a lot. He's on Will Shield Focus. Also, for mainly fighting Sierra and Orions, the Will Shield runes. So, good counters of that. Although in my recent videos it hasn't been working out too well, but I say like 90% of the times the shield runes really help out against Orions. So yeah, well, he's running like this, so I can't really use him in HOH and stuff. I can, but it probably might not be as efficient or as good as Violent Galleon, but I don't mind. I just want him to be tanky to survive, get the defense break up, and to wombo in Arena and Guild Wars. So he's also speed tuned for my wombo team, that's why he's at this speed specifically. I used to have him a lot faster when I could, but right now I need him to be at this speed. Oh, he's speed tuned with my Aquila and Zarus and Lucian. So it goes Aquila removes buffs, immunity, especially Galen, defense break, Zarus, Lucian finish off. They're like 1 to 2 speeds apart each. So if you if you pay attention later on, you see the speeds are roughly the same. Water chest with Mihang, mainly for raids. I try it in dragons now and then. Doesn't work too well for me. I really need a vet for a faster dragon team, really. I could probably do without, but yeah, can't be bothered working on a fast team right now. Anyways, off topic. Her stats. She's a tiny bit squishy. She does have pretty good defense here, but she's a tiny bit squishy for raids. She dies sometimes on the end, but it's good enough for now. Violent broken, violent speed, attack, and attack for the heals. She's great for raids. She does pretty good damage on her first skill, like 5k with attack buff and defense break, and her second skill is around 15k, and she heals around 8 to 9k before attack buff. So yeah, she's pretty great for raid if you want to start transitioning into a more DPS, a more damaging raid team. Alright, Camilla. Stats. I use Camilla in a lot of Guild Wars offense now. Sometimes in arena offense when I'm not speed clearing. She's great overall, really. In dragons as well. I got my Camilla only this year though. So when I got her, I took most of my theory runes over for her. She's Will Violent. I think Will for sure if you want to use her on defense, which I am. Because with the era can bomb her so easily, and there's so many eras running around nowadays, I feel like. This rune I only just got recently. This is my first 6-star crit damage violent rune, I swear. I'm so lucky it went into crit rate and attack here. It was a blue rune, so it was HP resistant. I was kind of like, disappointed. But it was still usable, especially on a Katarina. Resistance and HP is fine. Then I got these two and I was like, yes, okay, this is awesome. So this is my first 6-star violent crit damage rune. The rest, yep. Personally, I think I can do with a tiny bit less more damage and more HP. I want to get her to 30k HP. That'd be really awesome. And she needs a bit more crit rate. Alright, Annabelle. This is probably my most well-ruined monster. I've decked her out so hard. She's used her raids mainly, frontline raid. Using her Guild Wars to come. She's really good all-rounder, so she's like really versatile. I use her like a safe comp mainly. She does good damage as well. These are stats. She does around like 8 to 10k with an attack buff defense break. On her first skill, that is. Third skill, I haven't really paid attention really, but yeah. So frontline raid R5. She's on Violent Broken. I would like her on Will Runes, so I can use in defense as well maybe, or off Guild Wars offense. But these runes are too good to give up. I need these ones. I don't have any better Will runes, so I have to keep it like this. I don't mind. She's awesome for raids. So I have speed, HP, attack. She can get a tiny bit more defense from here. Oh, you're just here now. That's awesome. She survives in R5 frontline pretty well. She dies very rarely at the end after the third jump, and when he goes hand there, if she gets stunned too much and she can't cleanse herself, she might go down. But yeah, otherwise, you can tell that I decked out. Look, 1, 5, and 3 or 6-star and max rune. I really wanted to be well ruined. Okay, Vanessa, my first Nat 5. I still don't use her too much, even in Guild Wars. I mean, even in Arena, because I don't really use her speed team. But she was good for my speed team with Julie. Other than that, I don't use her too much anymore, or anywhere. Even then, I didn't use her anywhere. I could probably. Oh no, she's on my Guild Wars defense. What am I on about? I totally blanked on that. She's on my Guild Wars defense. That's right. Her and Orion. She's just violent, will, HP, crit damage, and HP. I didn't prioritize it too much, so these aren't the best of runes, I guess. But she seems to be doing well in Guild Wars defense. I mean on arena defense. Good enough for around Conqueror 2. So that's all I'm looking for now. In the future, when I get better runes, I will probably do speed, crit damage, HP, or HP, crit damage, HP with more speed. But yeah, at the moment she's just that potential for the future. Hua. My Hua at the moment is just for Necro. I used to use her in Raids before I decided to switch to Rigu, and I used to use her in TOA hard, and then I found I would only use her in some boss stages and 100, but then I found a better team, and then I just ditched her altogether. But now she's back in my Necro team. So she's just violent, broken, attack, crit damage, attack, just little speed because she's the slowest on my team. So this is just unplanned speed, which I don't really mind because she's not too fast. She has a low crit rate though, but yeah. I used to have her on speed, HP, attack for TOA hard, but that's about it. Alright, Beretta, the TOA king, TOA hard king. Apart from the stages where I can YOLO, like 1 to 50, afterwards he's in every team composition for TOA hard for me. So he's yes, that's Despair Focus, speed, HP, defense. Yeah, defense HP doesn't really matter for PvE, I feel like. Just I wanted him to be fast with good accuracy, and that's it. Yeah, definitely very worth for TOA hard. Definitely worth fusing if you don't have one. Get his third skill and second skill max, and then you're good. Brandia, I got her. She was my third Nat 5, I believe. Got her last year during TOA. Such, but I haven't used her. In my recollection, I think I've used it only 4 times total, like in Guild Wars, and that's it. She just holding on 2 random runes, really. I kind of want to try it on Arena Defense one day, part of like a store team, but at the moment, I still haven't done that yet. I just made a tanky because there was runes around for her, and then yeah, still no uses for me personally. Yeah. Alright, Chloe. Stats. Chloe is Chloe. Swift, speed, HP. I used her in 1 or 2 TOA hard stages. I think the one with Jotun and Dark Yeti. Use her with Katarina in Guild Wars offense. I don't use her in defense anymore. I used to a lot, but not anymore. I used to use her against Orions, the immunity and the shield, and the immunity and the invincibility. Sure, definitely helps against Orion. But yeah, other than that, she's fast, HP. Platy. She's 6-starred with almost max skill, and I seriously have never used her. I've used her like once or twice in HOH because I wanted a reviver. Well, I had Vanessa as the DPS kind of build a while ago, so that's why I needed her, and it didn't work out so well for me. So yeah, she just already gone to random runes. Used to be a speed rune here, I think. I was thinking of maybe using her again, last free rune removal, so I gave her some better runes, but I don't know. I really don't know what to do with her. I should really test her out again one day. I had a lot of mermaids lying around as well because of the Wind Mermaid HOH a while back. Test Sarion. Use against all those passives on Guild's defense. The only team I used them is Tessaran, Theomas Chasun, or Tessaran Chasun Chandra. So those are the only teams I used him in. Outside of that, I don't use him in TOA hard. I haven't really tried. I know people do, but I haven't tried before. Just speed, HP. Although he does good damage with just this. That's 1100, 1150, 1160. He does around like 10k with attack buff, defense break, which is surprising. Although he does scale with debuffs though. But yeah, he does pretty good damage, I have to say. Trevor, my Chiruka health armor sets. Vampire for Chiruka health farming. Attack. Crit damage. Attack. I put him in Guil's offense every now and then just for fun, but no. Other than Chiruka health farming, I don't use them anywhere else. Even Chiruka health farming, I don't do that often either because it's so slow. It's like 1:40 to 2 minutes for him to finish it. And I only need to farm when I pop 2 times, which I really do nowadays. So yeah, poor Trevor. I didn't even farm him skill ups when there was the Water Trevor, HOH. Spectra. Kinda like Beretta, instead of 100% of all Teal had flaws where Khan Odo, he's about 90% of 100 Teal had flaws, which is still good. Stats: Swift, Endure, Speed, Crit damage, and HP. He does good damage against Teal hard 100 boss. I think with defense break I do around 40k damage, which is a lot. It's like, I think 1/10 of the boss HP, 1/11, 1/12, around there. Definitely health speeds it up a lot more. The team I'm using Teal hard 100 now, pretty much always the same, which is Beretta, Bella, Spectra, Mav, and Basalt. Can do Teal 100 in like 15-20 minutes. When I used to use Hua, my first 2 times of trying, took me like 40 minutes. That's why I bench Hua. So yeah, it's a lot faster. You notice it's really low accuracy. I haven't noticed it come into play too much for TO hard. So I'm using him like this for the past TOA hard stage, 2 hard resets, and it's been fine, really. I don't feel like the low accuracy has come into play that often. Colleen, Raids, Necro, and TOA hard against the Tamnia stage. So she's a really versatile Nat too, seriously. Attack, break, heal, block, attack, buff, and heals. And multi-hits for Necro. Speed, defense, HP, violent, revenge for raids, because they want that attack break on the boss at all times. Also helps with Necro. I use it in Guil's offense every now and then against Illidruce with no immunity. It's great for blocking heals, even Prahas. It really helps. If you go back into my earlier vids, I used to use a comp of Grogo, Jubel, and her a lot. It was really fun to fight against Nat 5 for it to work. But yeah, she's a great Nat 2. I'm pretty sure you would be building her one day if you haven't already. My Perna. So that's I use her in Dragons and Guilds every now and then, but her runes are a bit disappointing to me. Violent Will for sure, because I use her on defense. Attack. See, I don't have a 6-star here as well. I have one somewhere, I think, but not one for her. This one is alright though. Crit rate, HP. 5-star crit damage rune. I don't have a 6-star. I do, but just not here. This is a good rune. And HP, because I don't have a freaking good slot 6 HP. Attack rune either. Otherwise, she's fine though. With skill up on the second skill, she does pretty good damage, around like 30-40k on defense break and attack buff, which is awesome, really. But she has so much more potential. I really need better runes here. Alright, Zaros. Let's see. I also got him recently as well. This is my latest Snap 5 actually. And so his runes aren't what I expected. His runes aren't what you would expect, I would say, because I just gave him the best runes I had around that I could afford to not take off other people, and he does the job fine for what he's on. So his stats and his rune Guard Blade Wheel. Speed, because he's speed tuned for my speed clear arena team. Crit damage, attack. Yeah, I have him on this because I didn't really care what kind of set he was on. I just aiming for more of the stats, especially the speed and the damage he would do, because he only has one job really, as a part of the one more team, that is to get that third skill off to do damage and to reset hopefully. After that, it's fine. That's why the Woo runes were necessity, and the rest were whatever's I had lying around. Although the blade runes do help in this set because I don't have a lot of crit rate. Bulldozer, one of my latest member of my 6-star team. Love using him, he's so fun. All the Frankensteins are really fun. The animations are pretty awesome up there. So sets, he's on Guard, Will, Revenge, Defense, Crit Damage, Defense. I have on this, I would like him on Rage, but I don't have the Rage runes for him right now. He only has one job as well. Third skill, pops on, and then we're good. That's using Guild Wars offense, and that's about it though. He does good damage with his first skill as well, with a defense buff. I think he can do like 12 to 15k damage. If he crits all 3 hits, that is. But yeah, he's a great Guild Wars offense monster. If you can make it 2v3 right off the bat, then it's always an advantage. I'm not saying it win, but it's a definite advantage. Copper, same reasoning, although I built this copper way earlier than I had Dozer. Sets. Guard, Blade. I would like him on Will Runes as well, but I don't have the Will Runes for him. Well, I do, but not any that would keep this same set. Because when I use Copper and Dozer, I don't bring a crit rate buffer. So that's why I need the crit rate supply. So I am always gambling really here. 82% and 8% only. That's why the Blade Runes are sorely needed. Defense, crit damage, defense. If I could, Will Runes and maybe Rage Runes as well. Although Copper's defense is a bit more essential because you need to get over that threshold to pop, and you never know when someone could try to trap you with a high defense monster. So I always want as much as possible. Shannon, my second 6-star. Giants team. At the moment, I do not use her anymore. She still has her runes. I think these are pretty much, well, 3 out of 6 of these runes are her runes from when I first had her. Which I think is, I think it's this one, and maybe this one. Her original runes from back then. I used to use her in Giants. TOA normal when I first started that, and I used to use it in Guild Wars offense back when I was a newbie. Cases, Bernard and Shannon would be my team. Anyways, but at the moment I don't use it anymore. But she's been a big help in the beginning. So easy to build max guild as well. Although she has really low HP. Delphoy, an awesome support. Sets. Violent Will. Will for sure. I think that's a must if you're going to use her in Guild Wars offense as well, because she's the immunity buffer, and if she gets done first turn and you're relying on that immunity, then you're kind of screwed after that. So immunity, Will Runes for sure. I use her in a lot of offense. Oh, she doesn't have this skill, this rune maxed up. Although free rune removal was recent, so maybe I just forgot about it. But yeah, as fast as possible, I guess. Accuracy 12%. Doesn't matter too much. I feel like this comes into play. This lands most of the time. So yeah, I use her against Theo Mars and Pernus. I used to. Delphoy Bella Chandra was my go-to team pretty much. I don't think I used her in any other team. It's always Delphoy, Bella, and someone. But yeah, I use her Love Guild Wars a lot. Cases, my third Nat 5. My third 6-star, I mean, sorry. At the moment, she's just holding on to whatever runes I had left over for World Boss. Although she's missing a slot here. Let's give her something. Stuff it. Anyways, yeah, so she's just holding runes for World Boss contribution. Usually for Giants though. Really helpful Giants and T-Way and some Guild Wars offense like I said before. But yeah, I Devil Mon her when I had her in the beginning, which I kind of regret right now, but she was a big help in the beginning, I guess. This was before Verimos time, so she was like a part of nearly every Guild Wars, Giants team. But yeah, for a year now, I have not used her at all. Okay, Bernard. You guys should know all about Bernard. Mine, I don't use. Speed buffer for Giants. And then speed team for Arena, Guild Wars offense. A lot of people use him for that. Personally, I hate farming Giants, so I don't have the fastest runes. That's why I'm not using him. If he had faster runes, I would use him. But At the moment, I don't need him for anything. Because for giants at the moment, I just YOLO it. Or DPS. But yeah, this is my Bernard. Aquila, part of my Wombo team. Stats. I use him in as a buff immunity stripper in Guild's offense every now and then, but he's most of the time he's just part of the arena Wombo team. Will, shield, focus. Will and shield, because my Wombo team is tanking the first turn and also for fighting Orion, stuff like that. So will shield is always important there. Speed, HP, HP. Get him as tanky as possible. Get him to survive like 2 or 3 turns, and that's good enough. Also, it's also a good tank if they decide to go for him instead of Lucian, which is on my Wombo team. Chasun. I use her for everything. She's got to be the best now for support. Sorry to all those that don't have them. I still have a few. I know a few people that still don't have her. Anyways, these are runes. She could be better. I haven't prioritized her too much. Well, because I haven't felt the need to really improve her. And I don't have anything to improve her with. My rune luck is quite bad. You've noticed my monster luck is pretty decent, but my rune luck is pretty bad. Violent Will for sure. I use her on defense. Actually, no, I don't. Not anymore. But I think Will runes are really good for her. Especially against those Galleon Perna team. Speed, HP, HP. Get her over 30k HP, and with good speed, I think that's how she should be rune. Super tanky but slow. I don't think that's really good anymore. I just feel like the speed makes it so annoying, especially with a Fallen Blossom and how many times she violent procs. So yeah. Lucian, I also only built him recently. I've had him for years. Well, this game hasn't been out that long. I've had him for a year and a bit. But I've never built him till now because I've never really cared about Arena. But yeah, his stats. He also only has one job. Keep in mind he's not max rune, so he's not too strong as well, as you see. He's on will runes only. Because he only has one job, like I said. Is for my Arena Wombo team. All he has to do is finish off after Zarus. So I just need him to be fast, speed rune, to be on will runes, so he doesn't get stunned or anything like that first turn. And then to do enough damage to finish off, which he does around 7k per card, which is not great, as you know, if you've seen any other Lucians. But he does his job. A little bit of tankiness to survive, a bit of defense here, speed tune, high enough crit rate because I don't use a crit rate buffer. I do have Aquila, but Aquila's job is to cleanse first turn. If he doesn't, the crit rate buff comes in handy. But yeah, that's why I need him to be high crit rate as well. The Katarina. Jemiah, Chloe, Katarina, Jemiah, Waterhorse, Katarina for Gilbert's offense, and that's pretty much it. That's all I use her for. Is our stats. Not the greatest. Pretty low attack, good crit damage there. She's on Rage, Broken. Ideally, Rage Will, but I don't have the Will runes for her. So she will have to do with this. The Rage Will help a lot. It would have helped me fight Veramos comps a lot reliably, I guess. But then I have other comps for that. I don't have 6-star for this one, come on. My rune luck is so bad. Anyways, yeah. You all know what Katarina does. Mav, he's awesome for TOA hard, seriously, 4 nat 3. First skill, stats. First skill, stun, second skill, provoke, and heal. Third skill, speed boost, and mini cool time reduction, I guess you'd say. He's on speed, HP, violent focus for just the extra help with the stun, and provoke helps a lot in TOA hard. Because when you can't stun the bosses, the provoke, because the only way to CC the bosses is to provoke them. Getting to just use that first skill helps a lot of situations. Get him as tanky as possible because he will be taking damage from the provoke. I need him to be fast as possible as well. I have him slowest on my TOA hard team, or second slowest I think. Mainly because my Busso is he has to be speed tuned for my Guild Wars offense comp, so he can't be fast. So that's why Mav is faster. But yeah, try to have Mav. I have my Mav slower than the other 3 to get that cool time reduction and speed boost. It's kind of speed tune, I guess you could say. Olivia, also recently built along with my Dozer. Stats, I only use her with Dozer and Copper Team at the moment. Violent Will, HP, Speed, HP. So yeah, Olivia Dozer Chloe, or Olivia Copper Chloe, or Olivia Dozer Copper. Yeah, she's actually really good. Not for she with her violent proc and her research and lockdown, she does a lot of. She gets in a lot of turns. She's a pretty good attack by manipulator. Although that's not what she's made for. Her defense buff, 3 turns, and you max skill that. That's gonna be on like pretty much all times, which helps a lot. Jemiah, I just need him to be tanky as possible and to be slow for my Katarina team, because I just need him to go after Katarina. So Violent Will, so the combo doesn't get interrupted, and if I can get the third skill up again soon if shit goes wrong, then that helps a lot. I used to use him in raid, although I didn't like him in raid at all, really, because the AI isn't that great, and sometimes with the cooldown, with the third skill, kind of stuffs up other AIs, especially my Annabelle, because Annabelle doesn't heal at the right time. So if he cleanses, if he refreshes, and then Annabelle needs to heal, Annabelle won't heal. Annabelle will do third skill insane. So I don't use them in raid anymore, just mainly the Katarina team. His speed boost is nice though. But yeah, for me this is how I use him. Crane. At the moment he's not ruined, although I really like him. I wanted to experiment with him, and I had a lot of Frankenstein left over, because everyone's giving love to the fire and the water one, so I just wanted to see how he would perform. He had a pretty interesting passive, not the greatest or anything, but a little bit different. He's kind of like the water one tractor. But at the moment he's not ruined. I plan on ruining him with destroy runes, like double revenge destroy or violent destroy, something like that, and I think he would be good in a really sustained kind of comp and just whittle down the other team, especially those annoying Illagil's Theomas team. And if you can safely whittle them down, then that will be that would help a lot out, because those teams are really violent procky. It's a lot of risk, I feel like, but at the moment waiting on better runes. Good old Bella, 4th 6-star if I remember correctly, for Giants team, for Dragons team, for Necros, for TOA, and for Good Wars. Yeah, and needs to be arena defense as well. Bella's a great nat 3. Seriously, when people say to get the Trinity, which is these 3, I would say get Bella first. These 2, Alman, I don't even know why people bother with him anymore. I certainly regretted getting him, although he was nerfed. Remember that, he used to be a lot better, but he was nerfed. His passive was, I'll get to him afterwards. But Bella, yeah, Bella's so versatile and used everywhere. Ideally, I would like Bella to be a lot more tankier, but at the moment, this is as much as I can do for her. Fast, if I can get 30k HP, that'd be nice. She has a bit of defense here though, but yeah. Violent Will for sure. I feel like I do not want her dying first turn. Speed Tune, sorta. She's faster than my DPSs, so that's all that matters. Get the defense break, DPS into it, yeah. Aman, I do not use Aman anymore. I used to use Aman in Giants, I think, or Dragons. It was Giants or Dragons, though it didn't work out so well. And even on Guild Wars, offense, defense, arena offense, I never really liked him, to be honest. He's just only on 2 random runes for War Boss right now. And also, when I was beginning, everyone was telling me to get them 3. But I feel like Aman, if you don't have the runes for him, he's not going to work out too well. He would help a tiny bit, but I don't think he'll work out too well. This personally for me though, remember? It was a struggle for me to get him 100% crit rate, and when I couldn't get him with good speed. I have some decent HP, but I couldn't get him with good speed. So I had to rely on London Violent procs. And he's kind of squishy. I feel like he does good damage with his second skill though, and the provoke skill does come in handy in some TOA stages in the beginning, and TOA hard really, if you really want to commit to using him. But for me, I don't use him. I haven't used him in a long time. Maybe one day I wouldn't use him again if I can get like ridiculous runes for him, because I think with ridiculous rune he is pretty good for PvE and maybe some PvP. Darien, my Darien is not rune at the moment, but yeah, it's kind of great actually. He does good damage. He used to be on my defense, which helped out a lot. I know people use them for raids. I haven't because I have DS for raids. But yeah, at the moment, you're just kind of chilling, looking cool. The Light Dragon Master, one of my experiments. Because you get to a point in the game where you just kind of want to mess around. And, well, you can tell I have a crane already. But yeah, you just kind of want to mess around, see what other monsters do. I originally built him. He's not ruined right now. Or not like properly. He's just holding on to spare runes. But I originally built him for raids because he looks pretty decent with raids. First skill is attack break. Second skill is a heal and a anti-crit shield. Third skill is a heal block. So he sounded pretty good for raid, although at the time I do have to admit I thought his attack break was for 2 turns, not 1 turn. But yeah, I feel like he could be like a DPS Colleen kind of. Help with the damage while being sustainable. Hasn't worked out too great for me. I feel like he needs to be max skilled for that. And yeah, and we have really good runes: violent, speed, attack, HP, something like that maybe. But it hasn't worked out well for me, and I've sort of given up on him. Gorgo. Gorgo. He's on my defense. This is his runes. I think he's great for defense. It really deters some of the Katarina or Lucian kind of teams. It's really hard to kill him that way. Stats, violent, will, of course, will, and then his second skill goes into will runes as well, so he's kind of immunity all the time, so it's hard to kill with Tessarion. Apart from defense though, I don't use him too much anymore. I use him in some offense against like a Sierra or a really heavy debuff kind of team, because he can tank it. I used to use him as 0-2 tanker. That wasn't great. That wasn't a great idea. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know one of my ex-game mates used him for TOA hard a lot. Like a lot of TOA hard souls. Oh right, I use him for TOA hard as well, but I only use him for that one ragdoll stage to do the tanking. My ex-game mate though uses for like pretty much all the stages. He has him speed, defense, ridiculously fast, like 100 something speed, 122 speed I think. But yeah. Veramos. I think he's Veramos for dragons and kind of like Beretta as well. 90% of TOA hard of the floors that I can't auto. But not of these stats. Not of these stats. Or not of these runes. So at the moment he's on Rage, Nemesis, Speed, crit damage, HP. It was free rune removal. I didn't know what to do. I just thought, hey, look, I have this Rage rune here with 25% HP. I have this Rage rune here with 15% HP and speed. I have this Rage rune with HP with crit damage and crit rate. Yeah, let's build a Rage Veramos. And then had these one lying around, which are pretty good as well. So I was like, hey, let's build a Rage Veramos for fun. And he does do decent damage on my dragon team. He might have speed enough. I don't know. It's too negligible, too small to notice. Because it's still around the same speed, maybe like a few seconds faster. I haven't noticed anything. I've tried him in Guild Wars Around once. It was okay. It wasn't great. But yeah, I regret building him like this because it was only until after free rune removal ended that I remembered he's on my freaking TOA hard team. How am I going to do TOA hard if he's rune like this? So yeah, when TOA hard reset, I'm going to have to switch him back. He would be violent focus or violent whatever, speed HP with decent accuracy. Jubel, triple revenge. Stats, although these aren't the best runes for him, he needs to be better runed. What did I use him for? I don't even remember. I remember I used to use him as an Escher tanker. That was nice. Oh, those Verobella Escher teams, so I used to use him as that. Helped a lot. He would die sometimes, but then he would have taken a lot of damage already. He used to be on my arena defense like a year ago. He was alright there as well. But other than that, I don't use him anymore. But he's pretty much ruined the same. Triple revenge. It needs to be HP. The Dark Lizard. One of my first experiments in the game. This is when I first started doing TOA hard. And I was like, hey, I want a violent Beretta instead of this Beretta. Because I wanted to use a Beretta in Dragons. And I thought a violent one would be a lot better. Then I was like, So now I need someone to be a stunner in my tier team. And I got this Dark Lisbon. Hey, you could be a decent Dotter stunner. Turns out he's not that great. he was pretty fun to use, especially the first skill, because it puts a defense break and a dot on, I believe. Wait, no, attack to time. Yeah, it puts a defense break and a dot on, and sorry, the first skill. Sometimes when you, because I had one despair, remember that he would do 4 debuffs at a time: attack, defense break, a dot, and a stun. It would look pretty funny. But other than that, the chances of him landing at dots are pretty low. What's that? 50%, 60, 70%. And it was only for 1 turn, I believe. No, damage for 3 turns. Okay, that's higher. Did he get buff? Oh, no, it was 3 turns, but it was only 1 dot, which it takes a long time to kick in. He was alright. He did have out tier hard for a while. But there are better options. DS, mainly for raid. I know some of my guildmates using one arena defense now for store, but mine is mainly for raid. Stats, double revenge. I would like triple revenge, but I didn't have quite the runes for him to go triple revenge. You want revenge because you want that attack, that he'll block on the boss at all times, and you don't really want him to be going too much. He's mainly there for his passive and to help you tank. And if he goes too much, you know, the boss counter kick and you get stunned as much. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like he's great. Like this, not super fast, not unviolent. He's not going to take up, not going to be a burden, and he'll just be there to do the tanking. Lynette, my original Necro B10 team, part of my B10 team. She's alright. She does pretty good damage on the third skill. At the moment, she's not really anymore, but she used to be, I think she used to be triple revenge, speed, attack, or damage attack, something like that. Yeah, the third skill does pretty good damage. I think with attack buff, this does around 30-40k damage. It does a lot of damage. It's only 1 hit though, so you gotta, hopefully it times right and lands on the Necro boss. But other than the Necro, I don't use it. Oh, I used it for arena offense once, because she has a speed lead, and she does good damage on the third skill. But other than that, I haven't. Other than that, not anywhere else really. Great for Necro though. But so, Tier hard team and my copper team, which is Delphoid Copper him for the defense buff. He's awesome for Tier hard. Him and Mav, the provokes. The boss is never going to do anything else except his first skill, which is a big help, really. A little heal, defense buff. He doesn't heal too much, but the defense buff is kind of a pseudo heal, you could say, because it mitigates damage. The third skill, the attack bar slur decreases. Yeah. Stats. Violent guard. You see, this rune is a max. It's on purpose because I want him to be slower than my Delphoid for the copper team, because I want Delphoid to go first just in case he gets stunned, because he doesn't have blue runes. So that's why he can't be faster. That's why he's not faster. So be faster and he goes before my Delphoid and he gets stunned, it ruins my combo. But I do wish him to be faster. Otherwise, if you can, have him be faster than your Mav if you have that same team. Yeah. And that we're at the end. There we go. Should I go with these guys? Why not? I use them fairly often. Purin as my Wombo team. Galen, Purin, Julie, and used to be part of my Arena Wombo team. Just have been fast as possible. He only has one job, really. The boost, and then it should be done. Get him some HP. In case that doesn't work. My latest, my only first light and dark Nat 4 that isn't a farmable one. So, his rune speed, violent shield, speed, attack, defense, because that's good attack. Substats here. I haven't used him yet. I don't know. I just ruined him 3 rune removal. See how it goes in. But yeah, this is him, and that's it for this. All right, that actually took a while to get through 50, doesn't it? All right, here. Thank you for sitting through all that. Let's do. I'll give you a crystal summon. This might be longer than one of my usual videos. Let's go. So it's 99 out of 100. It's meant to be summoned. And rip. Serpent. What else? Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, please ask away. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you in future videos. Bye.